that summer, I was at the coffee shop in Venice, Intelligentsia. I'm sitting there, and it's like, I'm single now, and obviously, and some girl comes up to me at the coffee shop and it's like, yo, my friend loves your videos. I'm like, oh, who's your friend? It's like this beautiful woman. I'm like, her? She's like, yeah, she loves your videos. She wants to take a photo with you. I'm like, I'm sure, like, absolutely, like, come on over. And then I took a photo, and I'm just like, hey, well, like, obviously, I'm asking for a phone number or whatever, and I'm like, yo, let's go on a date. She's like, I can't. I'm really busy. I'm leaving in 2 weeks somewhere. I was like, well, where are you going? She's like, I'm going to Burning Man. I was like, what's that? Like, I didn't know what Burning Man was. Wow. I'm like, yo, you're going to Burning Man? I'm like, can I go to Burning Man? She's like, figure it out. That's where I'm going. I'm like, oh, shit, okay. Burning Man's in 2 weeks. Burning Man's, I don't know if you know much about Burning Man. It's
only from you.
Yeah, it's a whole thing, right? But I didn't know anything about it yet. I knew nothing. And she kind of like connected me to this person that is going to Burning Man for the first time, and he has an RV that he's letting someone stay in for $2,000. So that's the only thing I got from her as far as what Burning Man is. I'm like, I don't know. I'm like, all right, figure it out. So I do a little research. It's like, you're camping. You can't bring any food. You got to have everything. I mean, you bring your food and water. You can't buy anything there. There's no money. It's a big festival, but not a festival. It's like a city. I don't know. But either way, I just know there's really hot girls going in. I want to go find her there. And so I hit this guy up. I get the RV for $2,000, and I get my ticket. And mind you, this is like maybe 5 or 6 months after my mom passed away, and I'm just like still kind of fucked up. Mm-hmm. And my only friend in LA at the time is Andy Milonakis. So I'm like, all right, let's go to this Burning Man thing. Get my ticket. There's an actual flight you could take, and it lands right in the desert, which is pretty bougie, but I was like, I'm gonna just do that. And because this guy that has the RV said he has all the stuff for me, my bike, my water, all the things I'll need. He's like, just get here. I'm like, okay. So I get in to Burning Man, but on my flight into Burning Man, I just wanted to start journal. For some reason, I was like, I'm gonna journal. And I just started journaling. I don't usually journal, but I was like, I'm gonna write a letter to my mom, the things I wish I could have said to her. I don't know why. I just thought like this was an appropriate time to do that. I get to Burning Man. The girl's there. She shows up at the little airport because I come halfway into Burning Man and show me around. And Burning Man is like super, super magical, spiritual. Like it's very spiritual. And I think it's very spiritual because it's like 80,000 people that are all in the same energy of like community. And because you don't pay to go to Burning Man, you build Burning Man together. So you're supposed to gift. So whatever you go to Burning Man, you gift other people. And it's like this like community of everyone's really nice. Everyone's hugging each other. It's 80,000 people like loving each other. You're like, whoa, this is incredible. Like
this is how the world should be.
Exactly. Yeah. You're like, wow, this is awesome. And aside from, there's people doing drugs and partying, I didn't do any drugs, 0 drugs. And long story short, they build a temple there. And it's like they burned down the temple at the end of Burning Man. And this one guy's like, yo, have you been to the temple yet? I'm like, no, I haven't been to the temple. He's like, you should really go to the temple. They're burning it tomorrow. So I'm like, okay, well, I gotta go to the temple, And I was like, well, tell me what's at the temple. He's like, no, you should really just go. I'm like, no, just tell me. Because I have a shitty pedal bike and Burning Man's huge. Like if I'm gonna drive all the way out there, I need to know. He's like, it's a bunch of letters to loved ones that passed away. And it's a place to like, like drop in and grieve, like, people have passed away in your life, and it's the whole Burning Man. Like, go there and like honor that for with people. I'm like,
and you had no idea.
I'm like, yo, I got the letter. I'm like, I already wrote the letter. I was like, this is. I was like, this is pretty. Stuff like that would happen at Burning Man. That's what made it crazy. Like coincidences a lot, and you're just like, whoa, it was kind of creepy. In a good way.
Yeah.
So I was like, whoa, I got to go to this temple. I got the letter. I already wrote it. And I felt really good because I was like, I didn't write the letter because everyone's doing it. I wrote it because I wanted to. So, and at the same time, this guy's like, hey, you want to use my electric skateboard? I'm like, what? You got an electric skateboard? Like stuff was happening. I'm like, okay, cool. I take this electric skateboard. I like made a video about it, and I'm like skateboarding to the temple. And this big ass sandstorm meets me at the temple at the same time. Boom. Delivered a letter. And the sandstorm kept me there for 7 hours.
Wow.
I tried to leave. I left. It was the sandstorm was so bad.
Hard to breathe, everything?
Well, hard to breathe, but you can't see. And I was like, I think my camp's this way. And then and I'm back at the temple. I was like, yo, this is trippy. Zero drugs. And I'm like, okay, all right, Burning Man is pretty spiritual and magical. I'm going to be coming here every year. And like stuff like that happened. And I feel like that community of people really helped me feel good about my whole thing that I was going through. I was like, Burning Man. I was like, damn, all right. And then the next year I brought my dad, and then my sister came this year, and you guys should go.
I think you just sold. I think Burning Man's going to double in size next year.
Right?
I mean, that's awesome, dude.
Yeah,
That is
That's
really cool.
awesome. And I only really know about it because of you. Like, you make the dopest content on
I
it.
appreciate it.
Yeah.
It's actually a bad thing because Burning Man is kind of a secret.
Yeah.
And then I'm there and I'm like, yo, I seen your video. That's why I'm here. I'm like, oh, shit.
I think you
What'd I
mentioned that
do?
one time, right?
Yeah.
About like not filming and
Yeah. So I didn't film this year and as much as I wanted to. But then, I mean, I'll do another one next year.
that is cool.
But
wow.
it's very spiritual and like that was the moment in my life that really like helped me feel better about everything that was happening. Like it was Burning Man, which is crazy to think. But
That's
like
cool. And you don't need drugs to have fun.
you don't need drugs to have fun. I
Yeah.
went 2 years without using any drugs. I've been 5 times.
So comparison, which ones were the best?
The year my dad went.
Your dad went with you.
Yeah, like to because when I was there, I was like, yo, I want my dad to come to this, and then I brought my dad the next year.
That's cool.
And then we had a whole thing. I was like, write a letter, go to the temple. And then my sister came this year. And it actually brought me and my sister closer than we ever been, like going to that event.
That's cool, man.
Yeah.
What happened with the girl?
Oh, yeah.
what I was gonna
Oh, yeah. Oh,
Just
me
let
and
you
her
get
had
some
an
questions in.
amazing time. We had an amazing time. It was so much fun. She was my little playa girlfriend for the burn. I think when we came back, we just hung out a little bit here and there, but never took it too serious.
Was she the one doing all the like yoga stuff with
Tani?
you? Or
No, that Tani came later. Shawnee came later.
Tani came later. We'll get to Tani.
But this girl, I didn't actually put her in that first video because if I put any girls in my videos, then like the internet would be like, so pissed at me. So I didn't put any girls.
Yeah, man, it's such a weird place when you're online, right?
Yeah.
It's like you have all these eyes like watching
Yeah.
you.
Now I just don't care anymore.
Yeah,
I'm just
well,
like, go for it.
That's the exact discussion we just had. It was like, as soon as you figure out that it doesn't matter what other people think, you start finding more joy.
Do you remember when Charles, they split and then he started vlogging with his new wife
Oh, and him and
now?
Ally
And he
split.
would like make it blurry when she would be there. Did you ever
Oh.
watch that?
I don't remember
I
blurs.
don't remember, but
Yeah, it was like squiggles or something he called her. And then when it would pan to
Oh,
her, it was
yeah.
like not real.
the crazy thing about Charles, like there was an alley, then there was a second alley,
Yeah.
and then there was a third alley.
Yeah.
Nothing's a coincidence apparently in the universe, just so you know that.
3 alleys in a row.
Yeah.
He was just trying to find the right one. He did.
He
now.
landed. Yeah, she's awesome. And Ali Speed, and I haven't spoken to Ali Speed, but I think her and Jen just hung out recently, which is awesome.
Oh yeah, I did see that.
Yeah.
Dude, so many
The
memories.
internet
bro.
world.
The internet,
Yeah.
Maker Studios, these guys.
You look like you're in your best shape. You look
Thanks.
great.
Thanks, studio.
Like look healthy. That's great to see.
Yeah.
Yeah. I didn't know that a lot of people were worried about you for a while. You know,
Oh yeah, I
like
mean,
just leaving the internet. You're like you were such a piece of the internet that all of us were like,
where to go?
wonder what Jesse.
I was stuck at Burning Man for 7 years. I'm
spiritual-
still there.
spiritual sandstorm right now.